Okay, so welcome to the video that's going to show you how to use your new blog. So I'm just going to log in, and if you haven't got a password or you've forgotten it, just press lost your password there and it will then send you a new one where you can reset and so on. So I've got the admin page here, and I've got the actual blog that I've just started here. You can see I've got this one here from Julia, and I'm just going to talk you through some of the options that you're going to need on this first few days with a new blog. So we've got the option to add new posts. So very simply, if you go to all posts along here, you have got the original one. Now that is this first message here, welcome to your 100 word challenge blog. And we will probably want to delete that when we're ready so we can make our own content. So I'm just going to bin that one, and that will take a few seconds and that will disappear. And I want to make my first post. So you press add new and you call it whatever you want to. I'm going to do a very simple, quick one. My first post. Welcome to my new blog, and so on, and I'll add more text as I go through. I can choose add media, and from there I can upload images. I could go to the media library and find some that are already on there. There's only one, but you can see how I could put that picture in, insert it into a post, and there we go. Let's just move that down slightly. Or delete it, and then we'll just move that down. Sorry, let's put it back in again, and there we go. And we can have that there, and when we're ready, you've got various options here, but I'm just going to go with publish. And then on the main blog itself, I'm just going to reload that page, and you can see that my first post is now there, and I've got my bit, whatever it is I wanted to write, my first 100 word challenge is there. Scrolling down the left hand side, there are various other options. Media lets you add in pictures, as we've just done. If and when anyone comments, you can press comments, and then there'll be some comments in here. You can then approve those or spam them, or depends on what it is you want to do. If you go to appearance, you have the option of 2 different themes, which you can have a look through there. You also have widgets. Now the widgets, you'll see here on the sidebar, so we have recent comments, recent posts. On the blog itself, you can see I've got, here's the one there, I've got recent comments, recent posts, and a search option. You can choose to rearrange those. So for example, I might want the search at the top. That will then save. And if I refresh this page, my search is now up here. So you can rearrange those things there if you want to. You can also add in extra parts on here. So for example, this one here, this enhanced meta is quite useful. I'm going to just add this one in, and I want to get a login and log out link and save. And what that will then do is it gives me the option when I'm logged in, so I can log out, and there's my little log out button, or I can log in if I want to as well. So you can change that, and I could call that admin bits maybe, and you can add that on there if you want to. To remove one of these widgets, you just simply drag it to here, let go, and it will disappear. You've got the option to add in menus if you want to as well. I'm not going to go through that today, but you can go through menus. You've got users, so you can go on there and you can see that you've got, here's my option here, you've got email address and my username and so on. I can scroll through, and where it says password, I can either generate a new password there if I want to, and then update my profile. We've also got settings, so let's go through some of the settings on here. Now the first thing it says is the title. Now I asked Julia to call it Ian's blog. Actually, I prefer it if it said Ian Addison's blog. That's a much better title. You then get a little tagline, and that will appear just there. So if you want to change that, I can change this one here. So here are my 100 challenge entries. You can change time zones and all kinds of things you go through, and save, and then refresh that page. There we go, there you can add that on there. You've got things like writing, we'll leave that one as it is. Reading, how many pages show on the first page, how many posts, sorry, so you can have up to 10, 20, depends on how many you wanted, depends if you want people to scroll through. The important one to look at though is discussion. So I want it to email me whenever anyone posts a comment, and before a comment appears, it must be approved. That means that if there's any spam, I get to check it first to make sure that it's appropriate. So leaving those ticked, very, very useful. Most other things are all okay. You can scroll through and look at some of those options if you want to. Shouldn't need any of those up there. Media, it's how big thumbnails and things are. Again, we can leave that, and we're going to leave permalinks alone as well. the main thing you want to do is do post up there, and then we'll have our post as we need to. Once you've created a post, you can see I've got that, and just to the bottom left, just down here, if I hover my mouse, I've got my URL link, and that's the address of my first post. If I need to, I can right click and copy that address and then share it with other people as we go. So that's the first video of how to get started with your brand new 100 Word Challenge blog.